This is front of Dutse Market, and the market is situated along the road going towards Buhari. Dutse Market is one of the cheapest and popular markets in Abuja. It is a very big market and things there are extremely cheap. Dutse Market runs every day, but they have 2 particular days of the week, every week, which is their main markets. And those 2 particular days are Mondays and Saturdays, and those days are usually jam-packed. Mondays is usually for foodstuffs, and there you will get a lot of foodstuff at extremely cheap rates, very affordable. With at least 20,000 Nigerian naira, you will need a wheelbarrow to carry your items. But that of Saturday is mixed with clothing and shoes. They have food items as well, but it's basically for clothing. The clothes are fairly used ones, also known as okrika or bend down selects. But trust me, the clothes are not as bad as people are saying it. The clothes are still good. That is, if you have the patience to select, they are good ones there. You know, when it comes to bend down select or okrika, you will definitely see the ones that are not good and the ones that are good. So if you take your time, patiently select, trust me, you get something very, very nice. They are not bad. They are just old and fairly used. Some of them are torn, some of them are faded, but they are still good ones there. All you just need is patience. Anyway, I came to this market to get some chicken, fish, and plantain, and other items as well. So I decided to make a video for you guys because you guys are my inspiration. You guys are like a motivation for me. And thank you so much for that, because each time I think about you guys, I want to work hard. So back to the markets. Most of the items are being displayed on the floor, and while others are on the table. Getting a shop in Dutse Market is quite expensive. This is because I asked a few of the shop owners. So because of the price of the shops, most of the sellers choose to display their items on the floor and then pay a token for just the space that they are going to be using. The market is well organized, so you don't have to like walk all through to get anything that you are looking for. All you just need to do is ask where they are selling a particular thing and they will direct you. And mind you, you have to be very, very careful when it comes to this particular market. You have to be very careful with your purses and your handbags, because like any other market, there are thieves here and pickpockets. So you just have to be careful with your items. Most of the time when I go to Dutse Market, I like to put my bag in front of me so that if you are a pickpocket or a thief, you need to come in front of me to pick something out of my bag. So if you watch closely, most of the women their things are in front of them. Because if you put it by your side, while you're pricing something, doing other things or looking at other items that you want to buy, somebody is beside you picking your pockets. Trust me, they are that good and very smart. Anyway, here in Dutse Market, most people do come here for bulk shopping, especially those who run food business. Even those that have mini shops in between streets and houses, they do come here to buy as well, because that's the only way they can make their own profits. Going to bigger markets and get their items at discounted rates, then go back to their places and start reselling. Because not everybody who wants to buy in small quantity that goes to this particular market, because paying of transport fare, they also factor that one into it. So what they do is they buy in between shops. If you want to go to Dutse Market, I will really advise, even though the market runs on a daily, I will really advise you to go on their market days, which is Mondays and Saturdays, because that is when you really enjoy it the most. Because there you will get varieties at cheaper rates, very, very affordable. If you want to stock up your house, you can also go there and buy them in bulk. I'm not a fan of buying things in bits, so I usually wait for market days, especially if I want to buy and stock up my place on a monthly basis. I go there weekly sometimes. And one thing I didn't mention is, aside food and clothing, there are other things that you can buy. For instance, if you want to buy tailoring items, that is, if you're a tailor, if you want to buy tailoring items, they have a whole roll where you can get tailoring materials, tailoring accessories of all kinds. So it is very, very easy. Even baking things as well, they have a particular section too, where you can get your baking items. Whatever it is you want when it comes to baking, they have it. They're jam-packed. So they have other things, not only food items or clothing items. No, they have other things that you can think of. And if you want to start a provision shop, I would suggest you go to Dutse Market. That is if you cannot afford going to Suleja, because Dutse has a lot that you can ever imagine. That is if you cannot go to Suleja, because Suleja is actually the main market. But if you want to start a provision shop in between streets, like probably close to your house, you can start with Dutse market, because I'm sure with the amount that you have, whichever amount it is, so long as you don't have that bulky amount that you can take to Suleja, you can start with Dutse market. So overall, I would say that this Dutse market is really a good option if you're trying to buy things on a budget or you're trying to start up. Things are very organized, things are very affordable, and you will not miss it. It is along the way. It is not complicated at all. Even when you find yourself inside Dutse market, it is not complicated. It is very, very easy to locate. It is very, very easy to maneuver your way. So that's it, guys. That's it for this video. So if you enjoy coming along with me to Dutse market, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And if there's any other market you want me to explore, please leave them in the comment section and I will see to it. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!